Dumb, cool,
weird
podcast. Running into a few problems. I'm having car problems and a few other issues with money at the moment, so I just wasn't able to meet up.
We also lost Satan.
Yeah, Satan's gone, but as they say, he always has a funny way of coming back.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be terrible, though.
So today,
how's he going to come back?
Well, he's going to come back in the form of the Rapture, I guess. He'll just show up and be like, "Sup?"
Raptor? You mean the Rapture?
No, I said the Rapture.
I mean, if he came. I thought you said the Raptor. I was going to say, like, damn, Velociraptor, I think, is a little bit worse.
That's fine. I want the Raptor too.
Imagine, the Raptor happens and a bunch of Velociraptors pop out of the ground.
That would be pretty ridiculous. So what we're talking about today is 80s, kind of reminiscent about 80s action movies.
Yeah, those were the good times.
Yeah, they rocked our worlds.
Oh yeah, no, it's like, I think the greatest thing about 80s action movies is that the action stars didn't even have to try to kill people. They were just hip firing all the time. No need for ammunition. I never saw Arnold reload once in Commando. He would just switch guns after, like, obviously expending over 1 million rounds.
My favorite part of Commando,
and he was always on target.
I was going to say, my favorite part about Commando is all the funny puns and one-liners.
Oh, yeah.
My friend's asleep. He's dead tired. Do not wake him.
I eat green berets for breakfast.
Or
remember when I tell you I was going to kill you last?
Yeah. I lied.
Got it. And then there was Total Recall.
Yeah, me and my buddy.
That was full of pans.
Yeah, so in Total Recall, it's a sci-fi action movie, and I remember that scene was just a lot of Arnold making really weird faces and like making really terrible sounds. That's pretty much most of that movie, especially when they go out on Mars. When they're on Mars, they're like, and like the eyes are popping out of the head.
Oh my god, dude! I couldn't stop laughing my ass off every time I watched that movie.
And then
stop.
Yeah, and then they had those scenes where the what was that? Wasn't there a chick that had one boob or something?
No, she had 3 tits.
Oh, 3 tits. Yeah, that's what it was. 3 tits. Yeah. Yeah, that's, oh man. That, whew. Yeah, that's a fun one. And then I had this friend named Andrew Byrne, and we talked about that one scene where he goes to meet the guy that's like in the guy's stomach. And like when he's opening up the shirt, he's just like, he's like, here he comes. And he like kind of falls back, and then he turns around, and it's almost like the creature takes control, and he's just kind of not there anymore or something.
Yeah, it's like his consciousness is gone.
Yeah, it's just like he takes a big shit. He's just like,
or he's coming. Yeah. He's coming everywhere he goes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good one.
Save Mars.
Yeah,
Screw you, Benny.
Yeah, I think Running Man came out around the same like time frame too in the 80s. That was another.
Yeah, I think it was like
movie.
a year. I think that was a year before or a year after they did that movie.
Yep, and then Stallone, he did First Blood and all the Rambo movies, and those are great action movies. I saw First Blood about 3 months ago for the first time, and that was a good experience. Yeah.
I saw that when I was 15. I would definitely say that First Blood was obviously the best one and really close to the book, except obviously in the book,
so
they were going to kill him.
I liked the first two. The first two were pretty good. And then when I watched the third one, I got so bored with it that I actually went and did some work on my computer, and I completely forgot to watch the rest of it. That's how boring it was to me.
Oh my God. Okay. So at the end of that movie, and you can see how dated this is. All right. It goes on about how, the Rambo fought like so great, and we have to support the glorious fighters of the Mujahideen. It's like, damn, the 80s didn't know what we were going to be getting into in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Well, they couldn't have predicted it, I guess.
Yeah, it's like yeah, those guys in the Mujahideen are really cool. They're fighting the Russians. We gotta support them. Like 20 years later, it's like, damn, those guys on the Hajjadeen are a real problem, you know, ever since they became the Taliban and Al Qaeda.
Damn. Uh, yeah, you get that movie. I mean, you get Die Hard, which is, you know, the best
The best Christmas movie.
action Christmas movie ever. You know,
Yeah, it's a Christmas movie,
Alan
and anybody
Rickman.
who says otherwise,
Alan Rickman.
yeah, he's Scrooge McDuck.
Yep. And then, you know, one of my favorite action movies of all time from that time period was, you know, it's a tech noir. Is the original Terminator? It's a really good action movie.
Oh God, the way that Arnold moved his head and eyes like a real machine. He got the whole like scanning the area like a camera thing down. Or just when he goes into the police station, he starts fucking up everybody.
It's like one of my favorite soundtracks of all time from that movie. I like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
like the music they play during the sequence when he's in the police station. It's very 80s, but it's very like futuristic sounding. I love it.
It's also like very like horror based because I mean that first movie kind of played like a horror movie when you think about it.
Yeah, it is. You know, my favorite movie of all time is Blade Runner, and that's another action
God, that's a great one.
cyberpunk movie that's really good. You know, like you know, I actually watched it last weekend. That's how much I love that fucking movie. I've seen it so many times, but it never gets old. It's just such a good
Oh yeah,
soundtrack,
that's
such a
so
good
true.
atmosphere. It's a tech noir cyberpunk movie that has elements of film noir, but a lot of action too. Especially the scenes where Deckard is fighting every time he comes in contact with a you know, one of the replicants. So it's a
Oh yeah.
good time.
But you know what else is great though? Another good one that I really enjoy is the Thing
Yeah.
with Kurt Russell. That was another good one. John Carpenter had great movies in the 80s, great soundtracks, and
Well,
you can't
yeah.
even forget like,
Can't forget They Live. I mean, that's another good action
oh my
movie.
God, They Live was great. I mean, that kind of feels close to home today, you know, with everything falling apart, everything seems like it's a simulation run by lizard people.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. You know, we also watched Batman from 1989. That's an
Oh God,
80s.
that's a good one.
That's a good 80s you know, action superhero movie.
And a good it feels like a tech noir. That's what I love about it too.
Yeah,
I mean, not a tech noir,
film noir.
an old noir film, a
Yeah,
film
like
noir, yeah.
yeah, so me and Nick one time we went to YouTube just to see if they had a black and white version of that version of Batman. We watched it and we actually agreed that it looks so much better. That movie looks so much better in black and white.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Um, Lethal Weapon. That's another one.
God, yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah,
Fucking,
Big Trouble in Little China. That's another good one. That's John Carpenter
that's
again.
another good one.
Escape from
Yeah,
New
John
York.
Carpenter though. I love how John Carpenter just wrote all like made all the soundtracks from the 80s with his synthwave.
The Karate Kid.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Top Gun.
Fuck. Yeah, that's a great one.
RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop. I'm surprised
I'll
Detroit didn't strip him for more copper.
I'll buy that for $1. And you know, I love. By the way, I love that commercial. You know, it's really. You know, there's one part of that movie that really scarred me as a kid in RoboCop. It was the part. Well, actually, I guess there was several parts that scarred me. Like when
Yeah,
Alex Murphy gets
when they
shot in the beginning.
executed him,
That was bad. And then when that one
that was
villain
awful.
drives headfirst into that chemical vat, and then it like hits him with all those chemicals, and he comes out, and he turns into a fucking like
Mutant
radioactive
thing.
mutant thing. Like it's like what the fuck. And then Beverly Hills
He's
Cop is
like,
another one.
oh God, Beverly Hills Cop was great. Eddie Murphy in the 80s
Mm.
was amazing.
Yeah, he also did another one called 48 Hours is another action movie he was in where he played a cop.
Yeah, those series were pretty cool. And the funny part is that he had all of these adult themed movies until he had kids.
Yep. And then all of a sudden he started doing family friendly movies.
It's such a weird transition.
And it really is. Highlander's
Man, he
another
even
one I
had,
really like.
oh, that's a great one. I mean, there can only be one.
Yep. And then Ghostbusters.
Yeah, dude. Imagine Ghostbusters with John Belushi though.
Yeah, it's true.
Like how wild that would have been to have John Belushi. Damn.
Conan the Barbarian.
Oh fuck, that's my favorite movie, dude. That is my
Mm.
favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film because Schwarzenegger really captured everything about Conan. His intelligence, his fighting prowess. It was just they really stuck to the source material with that one. Like,
You're right.
like that was the one movie where where he actually acted.
Here's a favorite of yours, Red Dawn.
That one's great. I mean, that's gonna happen soon. So we better start rewatching that for the blueprints.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the Chinese are going to come from through Canada. It's what's going to happen, dude. And then we're going to be hiding in the mountains of North Georgia, just hunting down the Chinese and the other communist forces that try to eat us.
So here's another movie that me and Nick actually reviewed on the podcast. That's a really good action comedy disaster film. Is Night of the Comet.
Yeah, that's a great one. It's so fucking weird. Like, government gone,
Yeah.
zombies a problem. You
Yeah.
know, they just they threw away their guns at the end. Like, you know, the zombies weren't a threat anymore.
Yeah, and they really weren't zombies. They were more like mutated humans. But like,
That
it's
that
because
ate flesh.
you know what it was? We read the description. The description said that they were zombies, but then we watched the movie. It was more like mutated humans that like got a taste for
Survive.
human flesh or something. It was really weird.
Yeah, like they became psychotic
Just
and
psychotic.
wanted to eat people.
Yep. Then you got Roadhouse,
Oh God, that Patrick Swayze's so sexy when he kicks people in the head.
Bloodsport,
You know, I haven't watched Bloodsport. I got to watch that one.
the original Dune from 1984.
That is a okay movie. Still very fun though.
And then let's see what's Enemy Mine. I've seen that one. I don't know if you've ever seen Enemy.
No, I haven't seen that one.
It's a sci-fi action movie that has Dennis Quaid and this alien crash land on this like remote planet, and they're trying to survive.
Oh, I've seen like a review for it, but I haven't watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
definitely need to.
it's pretty fun. Oh God, Bad Taste, that Peter Jackson movie.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh God, it's like I think it's his first movie. It's a very low budget like alien action movie. It's like a comedy too. It's
Okay,
pretty
that's
ridiculous.
great. That's great.
Yep.
I love that. I really love the low budget ones.
Yeah, those are always the best. I mean, there's a lot of like shit like that. You remember we watched The Toxic Avenger? That's a low budget like shitty fucking action superhero movie.
Oh God, that's my favorite though, of how low budget it was. And he was pretty much Jason Voorhees running around terrorizing those fucking people.
Yeah, I love how he's just like sitting there looking at him, and he's just like, I like when he murders everybody in the fucking in that restaurant, and then they're like pulling them all out. He's like, oh, this one's been deep fried.
Yeah, I love when he gets in that fight with the guy called Cigar Face.
Yeah, and I love how they're calling everybody faggots, but then they have a like a cross dresser in their gang.
Yeah, that was really hilarious. Like I miss 80s, you know, villains.
Yeah.
They were always so weird.
There's a movie we got to watch. It's called Kroll. It's an action fantasy film, but it's really weird. We'll just have to watch it sometime. And then there's another movie called Cobra. I'm sure you've seen it.
No, I haven't. Like some of these I
Stallone.
really need to watch.
It's a Stallone movie.
Oh God, I now remember this, and I need to watch it.
Oh, here's another one. Here's another one that me and you have reviewed. Class of 1984.
God, that was Death Wish, but without the guns and a guy who actually had the balls to do something.
Yep.
He really waited until his wife was sexually assaulted to have the stones to do something.
Yep. Another good like thriller horror movie that has a lot of action in it is Chopping Mall. We've done that one.
God, that one was great. That was a good one. Very creative when they came up with that idea.
Maximum Overdrive too.
Overdrive. I'm trying to remember that one. I think I've seen it.
It's a it's Emilio Estevez movie. It's basically where the cars come to life and they start trying to kill people.
That sounds hilarious.
It's pretty ridiculous, man.
dude, that's pretty wild. All the cars coming to life and trying to kill people, like when the birds try to kill people.
Yep, pretty much. That's
Yeah.
trying to think of some other movies. Warlock is another one. Over the Top is a personal favorite of mine.
Oh, Over the Top is a great father son movie.
Yep, I love that.
And
I love the arm wrestling competition at the end of the movie.
yeah, honestly, arm wrestling is one of those like things I really enjoy watching, and I'm glad that Sylvester Stallone had a movie about arm wrestling
Oh god.
and building a father son relationship.
Do you remember that Masters of the Universe movie
Oh my God,
with
with Dolph
Dolph Lundgren?
Lundgren.
Yeah,
Oh God, dude,
played He-Man.
dude, Dolph Lundgren after freaking getting into the Rocky movies didn't have like the greatest acting career. He is like always constantly being put in like really bad movies.
We had that one movie he did. It was kind of like a knockoff Stallone movie. It was called Red Scorpion. Did you ever see that one?
Oh God, I did see that one, and
Yeah.
it was just as bad as you would have thought it was.
Yeah, he also did Kindergarten Cop 2 in like the late 2010s, and people were just like, nobody asked for this.
Why? Why would you do that? He's in a lot of B movies that you find on Netflix.
It's just the way it is, man.
Hey, at least he's not Steven Seagal. I mean, how many times you got to watch Under Siege or any of the Steven Seagal movies to feel like you wasted your time?
Well, I mean, he had some good movies, didn't he?
Yeah, it was called Under Siege, and that was it.
Yeah, but it probably really wasn't him. The reason it was good is probably just good writing, I would imagine.
Yeah, I really think it was because, like, skinny to fat, that man can't act.
Oh God. There's so many fucking. There's just. I'm looking at a list of movies from the '80s that are like all action movies. It actually tells me where you can watch them too. That's kind of funny. Um,
Well, maybe we should do a part two of this with some of the ones that we get to watching because those horror movies from the '80s are something else.
this is a movie that's on my list of stuff for us to watch. It's called Hell Comes to Frogtown. We got to watch that.
Oh God, that was another Roddy Piper.
Yeah,
Roddy Piper was actually really good at acting.
yeah, we got to
Surprisingly.
watch. We got to watch that one though because it's really ridiculous looking.
Oh, dude, I've seen like a review of it, and I was like, yeah, we gotta watch this. God, yeah, more movies for us to watch, man, and then we gotta still watch They Live.
Oh my God, there's a Punisher movie from 1989, and it's
Oh yeah,
Dolph Lundgren playing the
Dolph
Punisher.
Lundgren,
Oh God.
dude, I watched it.
Hmm. I bet it is. I mean,
They barely gave him any dialogue.
I mean, I see Howard the Duck too. That's a bad one too.
I haven't even watched it, and I know it's awful.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, God.
Movie called Vigilante. There's like a bunch of movies on here I've never even heard of. That's actually pretty good. There's a lot of movies for us to watch. Literally,
We
me and
should
Nick.
also watch the Death Wish one.
I mean, me and Nick have like literally like tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of movies we could watch.
Yeah, this podcast is never gonna end.
Yeah, we're gonna be like old men, and I'll be like, Nick, how many episodes have we done now? You'll be like, we're up to almost 10,000 now. I was like, we're still not even close, are we? You're like, no.
Not even a little bit.
I'll be like, oh, Nick, look out! They're coming to change my bedpan, and you're like, shut up, Wes. I can see them. I'm in the same room as you in this nursing home.
I forget that you're blind and not deaf.
Oh God, Death Stalker.
Death Stalker?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that one. That sounds amazing.
There's one called Galaxy of Terror. Oh man, it's really, really fucking cheesy, but it's good. It has you know what Galaxy of Terror has? It has it's a crazy sci-fi like space movie, and it has Robert Englund in it before he did Nightmare on Elm Street, I think. And
Oh wow.
yeah, and it also has the guy from those what's the name of that actor from the Rob Zombie movies? What's that actor's name? The guy that plays the clown.
Oh Yeah, I know. I think it was like Sid Haig or something. No, no, that's
Yes.
not right.
No, I think that's his
Is it
name. Sig. Yeah.
Sid Haig? Yeah, he's in a lot of those old movies and a lot of B movie stuff.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, no,
he
he's
was
in a lot
definitely
of
in that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Robert Englund and Sid Haig were in this movie, and Sid Haig was big and muscular. Like he obviously he looked.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I guess he used to work out. It's funny seeing like all the old actors that ended up in Rob Zombie movies, man.
Yep. Um. Yeah, because I mean, he was an accomplished actor. I mean, he was a big actor before then. You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, gotta do something, right? When you get older.
Yeah. Absolutely. Wait, there's a movie called Lady Terminator.
No. No.
That's not. That
No.
can't be real. What?
That can't be real. That's gotta be a spoof.
No. Apparently, it's real.
Huh. Guess that's
Completely
on the list.
bonkers. The acting is so uniformly bad, it deserves to be mentioned along with the other movies well known, so it's so bad. Jesus.
That's great. Damn, that's bad.
Uh,
That's a bad review.
yeah, they need to like chill out on that. And
Yeah, they
then
do.
they have a movie called Dudes. What the fuck is this? There's a lot of weird movies on here, man. Oh, Hard Ticket to
Yeah.
Hawaii. We still got to watch that. No, we were gonna watch that, but we couldn't because the guy kept talking during the version we downloaded. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
That was on the
That's
plane.
right. That's right. That was annoying, dude.
That was such a funny movie though, because in Hard Ticket to Hawaii, that's where they blow up the skateboarder with the rocket launcher.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we got to find that movie somewhere.
Well, apparently a lot of these movies are on Netflix, so and I have a Netflix account, so I'm pretty sure we can watch it.
Hell yeah.
But
Retail, retail.
yeah. Oh God.
We're not even done scratching the surface here.
Nah.
We might have to make a part two for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's just like a little run through of like some of our favorite like action movies from the 80s. I mean, most of it's like Arnold stuff, you know, Stallone stuff.
Stallone,
No.
Willis,
Yeah.
you know, John Carpenter flicks, Kurt Russell being in John Carpenter flicks,
Yeah,
stuff where professional wrestlers were hanging out with John Carpenter.
yeah, stuff like that. But anyway, we'll cut it off there. You know, as usual, check out our podcasts. You know, we're doing more and more of these. We know we haven't really posted. We haven't posted in like a week. We just I had a lot of stuff happen, and you know, Nick's had a lot of stuff happen recently, and I've been traveling a lot too, so it's been kind of rough. So, but we're back. We're still here. We're not going anywhere. So,
Nah, we're gonna hit the ground running.
yep. So you want to sign us off?
Yeah, stay sexy, Atlanta.
Thanks for checking out the Dumb Cool Weird podcast. We're a movie podcast now, so Movie Monday is every Monday about crappy movies from the 20th century. It's gonna be great, folks. I can't wait to show y'all.